Liam Dahlberg was a beacon of light. He was only 8 years old. He lived in Indiana, a place of quiet fields and close-knit communities. His laughter was infectious. His curiosity knew no bounds. He loved school and to play. His future seemed bright and full of promise. One ordinary April afternoon in 2025, Liam returned home from school. He carried his backpack, perhaps chattering about his day. But something was amiss. A simple complaint surfaced, a headache. For his parents, this might have initially seemed like a common childhood ailment. Perhaps he was tired or coming down with a cold. They could not have known this was the first whisper of a gathering storm. The headache, however, was not a fleeting discomfort. Liam's condition began to deteriorate with alarming speed. What started as a simple ache soon escalated into something far more serious. The swiftness of this change was terrifying. One moment, he was their boy, complaining of a headache. The next, he was gravely ill. The situation demanded immediate medical attention. His parents, consumed by a desperate need to help their son, rushed him to seek care. This was the beginning of a nightmare, a journey into the sterile corridors of hospitals. The enemy that struck Liam was insidious. It was named Haemophilus influenzae, often shortened to H-flu. Despite its name, it is not the influenza virus that causes the seasonal flu. H-flu is a bacterium. Some bacteria are harmless, even helpful. Others, like this one, can be deadly. The most dangerous historically has been type B, or Hib. This specific type was responsible for severe, life-threatening infections in young children before a vaccine became widely available. Haemophilus influenzae can be a silent resident in many healthy individuals. It can live in the nose and throat without causing any illness at all. People can carry this bacterium and spread it to others without even knowing they are carriers. The transformation from harmless colonizer to invasive pathogen often occurs when a person's immune system is compromised. This could be due to another illness, such as a common cold or other viral infection, which weakens the body's natural defenses. When the body is already fighting one battle, its resources are stretched thin. The bacterium seizes this moment of vulnerability. It breaches the mucosal barriers and enters the bloodstream, where it can then travel to vital organs, leading to severe and life-threatening conditions. Once invasive, H-flu spreads primarily through respiratory droplets. When an infected person coughs or sneezes, tiny droplets containing the bacteria are expelled into the air. These droplets can then be inhaled by others nearby. While infections are rarer than the common flu, they can be far deadlier, as Liam's tragic story so painfully illustrates. Liam's journey through the medical system was a frantic race against time. As his symptoms worsened, doctors worked tirelessly. They conducted numerous tests, trying to pinpoint the cause of his rapid decline. Blood cultures were drawn, spinal taps were considered. Each procedure was an attempt to look inside, to understand the siege his small body was under. His parents, Ashlee and her husband, endured an agonizing wait for answers. Hope and fear waged a terrible war in their hearts. They clung to every reassuring word, yet braced for the worst. The diagnosis, when it finally came, was a devastating blow: Haemophilus influenzae. For Liam's family, this name may have meant little at first. Or perhaps, if they knew he was vaccinated, it brought a wave of disbelief and confusion. How could this happen? He was supposed to be protected. The doctors explained the gravity of the situation. This was not a common infection. It was a severe, invasive bacterial attack. The bacteria had launched a merciless assault on Liam's young body. It had not remained localized. Instead, it had spread with terrifying efficiency. The infection had reached his brain and his spinal cord. This led to the development of severe meningitis, an inflammation of the protective membranes covering these vital organs. Liam was declared brain dead. The infection had won. The Hib vaccine is a triumph of modern medicine. It combats severe illnesses caused by Haemophilus influenzae type B. Before its introduction, Hib was a leading cause of bacterial meningitis in children. The vaccine is a cornerstone of routine childhood immunizations. It is typically administered in a series of doses starting at a few months old. The Hib vaccine is around 95% effective. Since its introduction, serious Hib infections have plummeted. Section 5. When defenses falter. The enigma of a breakthrough infection. A breakthrough infection occurs when a fully vaccinated individual still contracts the disease. No vaccine offers 100% protection for everyone. Individual immune responses can vary. Sometimes protection wanes over time. Liam's case raised the possibility of a breakthrough infection. He had received his Hib vaccinations, yet the bacterium found a way. This scenario is rare but heartbreaking. The question "why him?" becomes an agonizing refrain. Was it a particularly aggressive strain? These questions may never have definitive answers. One theory is he contracted it from an unvaccinated child. This highlights the importance of community immunity. High vaccination rates reduce pathogen circulation. The decision not to vaccinate can endanger others. Section 6. A Mother's Unfathomable Grief. Ashlee's Heartbreak. For Ashlee Dahlberg, Liam's mother, the experience was one of indescribable pain. These are her own words, words that can only scratch the surface of the abyss of grief she was plunged into. To watch your child so full of life rapidly succumb to a devastating illness is a torment no parent should ever endure. She was there with him through every terrifying moment, every painful procedure, every flicker of fading hope. The hospital room, meant to be a place of healing, became the setting for her worst nightmare. Her world fractured, leaving behind a void that could never be filled. Ashlee was by Liam's side when the heart-wrenching decision was made to withdraw life support. She held him. She felt the last beats of his young heart. "I could feel his little heartbeat fade away," she shared, her words painting a picture of ultimate maternal agony. There's no words that can describe that pain. It is a moment frozen in time, a trauma etched into her soul. The finality of that fading heartbeat, the silence that followed, marked the end of Liam's earthly journey and the beginning of a lifetime of grieving for his mother and family. This is the cruelest farewell. In the aftermath of such a profound loss, amidst the swirling chaos of grief, doctors offered what words they could. They reportedly told Ashlee, "You did everything right, there's just nothing we could do." For a parent, these words might offer a strange mixture of validation and despair. Validation, because she had been a good mother. She had sought care. She had done all she could. Despair, because despite all her efforts, despite all medical efforts, her child was gone. Section 7. Echoes of Loss, a Call for Protection Community, and a Mother's Plea. The news of Liam's passing sent ripples of sorrow far beyond his immediate family. A GoFundMe campaign was quickly established. Its purpose was to help the Dahlberg family navigate the overwhelming medical expenses and funeral costs. But it also became a space for the community to express its grief and offer support. Friends, neighbors, and even strangers touched by Liam's story reached out. Their contributions and messages were a testament to shared humanity, a collective embrace for a family enduring the unimaginable. This outpouring showed that even in the darkest times, compassion can shine through. Those who knew Liam remembered him with deep affection. The GoFundMe page described him as a bright and smart young boy, full of life and potential. He was a child whose presence brought joy and warmth to everyone he met. These were not just kind words, they painted a picture of a special individual whose absence would be keenly felt. He was a son, a friend, a student. He had dreams and a unique spark. The loss was not just a statistic, but the extinguishing of a unique and promising young life. In the depths of her grief, Ashlee Dahlberg found a new, painful purpose. She chose to transform her anguish into a powerful message for other parents. She stepped into the public eye, sharing Liam's story, her voice filled with the urgency born of profound loss. She did not want other parents to walk the path she was now on. She did not want other children to suffer Liam's fate. Section 8. The Voice of Medicine. Lessons from a Preventable Tragedy. The medical community has voiced its concern, emphasizing vigilance. Pediatricians remind us of the devastating impact of Hib before vaccines. Diseases now rare once caused widespread fear, disability, and death. Experts bring crucial historical perspective. They've seen the transformative power of vaccines. Complacency can lead to a resurgence of these illnesses. Their voices remind us of the science behind prevention. Section 9. Honoring Liam, Forging a Safer Future Through Vigilance. Liam Dahlberg's death is an undeniable tragedy. An 8-year-old boy, vibrant and loved, was stolen by a bacterial infection preventable through vaccination. His story is a painful reminder that despite medical advancements, threats remain. The what-ifs will undoubtedly haunt his family and all who knew him. What if community vaccination rates were higher? This tragedy emphasizes the critical role of public health measures. Vaccination is a cornerstone of modern preventative medicine. Honoring Liam's memory means working towards a future where no child dies